Oh, well, my music's not working, so let's just not do the music tonight. What's going on? It's time for another episode of Too Hard for the Radio, transmitting from the future free state of Greater Idaho. I am the one-armed madman, and back with us today from Music City, America, it's Daniel Steele. Dan, how we doing, buddy?
Doing all right. How are you?
Doing good. Feels like I haven't talked to you in forever.
Yeah, well, I got sick for quite a while and
Mm-hmm.
things are coming back around. So, man, I'm happy war's over.
Yeah.
I, the thing is, people just need to trust the plan.
Obviously. I mean,
Our greatest ally for the last 25, 30 years has been saying Iran's close to a nuke. Our leader went in and took away any discussion of that. They'll never get a nuke. They're blown into oblivion. Now we can put a couple 300 billion into
yeah.
a fund and develop some real estate
Toss him
right
a
there, straight of
a couple
Hormuz.
shekels.
It's not our money. So I just don't see anything downside, anything bad. Like I don't see what people are worked up about. Our greatest ally is no longer at existential risk and we're going to have a prosperous relationship with another superpower.
Yeah,
Like, how does it
absolutely.
get bad?
And we'll just go back to being the empire of the world where we control everything. Nobody can match our military might, which is
Oh,
so
I mean, our
superior
military might
to
was unprecedented. Like,
unprecedented.
we
I mean,
blew them into the Stone Age,
yeah.
but now we got to let it humanitarian. Like, I don't know if you saw the post today, but Trump said it's real humanitarian issues that we need to get them aid right now.
Oh yeah,
Release some money for them.
because nobody cares more about the people of the Middle East than the United States.
Yeah, yeah,
I
especially
mean,
Donald Trump.
yeah.
This is like 9 wars that he's ended now. I don't know why he doesn't have a peace prize, but maybe if he gets Russia and Ukraine done, he'll get a peace prize.
And he did say that he was gonna get that done before he was president, but clearly, like, that was just,
He can only
bluster
do so much.
yeah, like, that was just him signaling to those 2 parties that they needed to wind it down, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, like, there's nothing he could do at all, like, he definitely couldn't withhold weapons from one side of the conflict, like, that's just
Well, that would be
not within
starving
his power, you know?
that'd be starving our company as a profit.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah,
it's a free market. So,
and you know what? Like, the people who, like, buy grain from Ukraine, they didn't need it anyways. Like, they
yeah.
probably have gluten allergies, so, like, all we're really doing is being like, "Hey, man, get back on the meat. This grain stuff that you've been on, like, it's got glyphosate in it," which, clearly the entire administration, including
And that's not
RFK.
America first. Who
No.
cares about those
Yeah.
countries? They should be self-reliant just like we are. We're now
Mhm.
the largest now exactly the largest exporter of oil. Our military stockpile, well, I don't know about that. I haven't checked in. Um,
We're such a power within the world that it doesn't matter how much military might we actually have because, like, countries just know not to fuck with us anymore
yeah.
because, we're just gonna end them immediately. It's never gonna drag out for 20 or 30 years, and we're
Yeah.
never gonna have to
None
go
of
to
these
the
wars did. None of
like,
them did.
we're going to the negotiating table with Iran because we're doing them a favor.
Yeah,
We're saying,
absolutely.
"Hey, look, you don't wanna get destroyed by us," and, like, this whole Strait of Hormuz thing, like, it's not a big deal. Nothing
Yeah.
really goes through there. It's not a major shipping lane at
No,
all.
actually,
Like, it's just kind of it's you know what it is, Dan? It's a Democrat talking point.
yeah. Actually, thanks to Donald Trump, more oil shipped through the Strait of Hormuz yesterday in one day than any other day ever. Like biggest, best.
Greatest
How like
ever. It's
yep,
tremendous, tremendous straight.
tremendous. Yep. So yeah, I just I see this as all a big win when it's just the fake
Especially for
news.
the people of Iran, because, now we're gonna have influence within the country, and they're just gonna turn into Dubai in no time. And,
Yeah,
like, back
absolutely.
to back to women in midi skirts in the streets, you know? Like, that's
If they want
happening.
to.
And yeah,
I don't
you know
I think
what? Like,
the women choose that.
I
That's the
think
lifestyle that they choose.
I think that Iran is going to be the new capital of OnlyFans.
Hmm. if they choose it. If not, I think those women are happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, they wear those things on their face because they don't wanna get sunburned.
Yeah, and they just want to save that for their husbands. Ankles only,
Absolutely.
buddy. Yeah,
Absolutely, And, little girls and boys in that country, they like having sex.
yeah, yeah.
They
It's
mature quicker than we do, you
I
know?
mean, if you think about it, back in medieval times, people were 13 and having kids,
Yeah.
and we did blow them back to the Stone Age. So, what do you expect?
Oh my god, I'm writing down right now, Iran, new OnlyFans capital of the world. Where else? What else is good for them? You know? And obviously, like, Africa doesn't need fertilizer. They've got Africa has all the natural resources in the world, and there's nobody better at, like, utilizing resources responsibly than Africa. So, like, this idea that they need fertilizer from the Strait of Hormuz is just wrong, you know? Like, this is a move for them to be more self-sustaining because, like, clearly, we have more doctors and lawyers and engineers coming out of Africa than any continent in the world. And now they just need to like learn how to farm better because like they've been so into the white collar life for the past like, you know, 200 years that like they need to learn how to be blue collar again
Yeah.
and
They
grow
was
their own
kings.
food.
They was kings. They need to step up and be kings again, bud.
Yep. I mean, this is great. This is when Vance goes to the negotiating table, he just needs to go, "Hey, look, guys, cut it out. Just cut it out." You know?
Yeah.
Like this is all we need to do is just cut it out. Like you've gotten a
If you
little too
behave, we'll give
froggy
you.
and like we're doing you a favor by coming to the negotiating table and just cut it out a bit, you know?
Yeah.
You cut it out a bit
Stop.
and you
Stop
calm it
it.
down a little bit. Yeah,
Stop. Yeah.
stop. Stop. And like
Yeah.
everything's going to be cool. You'll be in Dubai in no time and like everybody's going to be happy. And
And
like
now that we've definitely taken care of the nuke problem, you shouldn't have anything to worry about with Israel.
yeah,
There's no risk or threat to Israel whatsoever. So that should be off the table and we can all just prosper now, right?
yeah, and like, months ago Donald Trump was saying that like, you know, they were going to blow up the entire world with nuclear weapons. And now he's saying
He never
like
said nuclear.
maybe not. Maybe not.
He's always said nuclear's evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he's saying that stuff's not even all that important. Like it's so far underground, we don't even need to go and get it. So like
Yeah.
it's just, it's
And
just
I mean,
coming
they
around.
do deserve to protect themselves, so leave those ballistic missiles alone.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, everybody has a
Everybody
right to
should be able to
self-defense.
protect themselves from regional threats.
And like
Just
clearly
don't be intercontinental.
clearly it's within Israel's best interest right now to stop focusing on Lebanon and go back to destroying Gaza. Like,
Yeah,
there's still some terrorist activity going on in Gaza. We know it. They're using people as human shields and like those human shields are getting tired and they're
yeah,
getting, they're like, "Hey man, can you just come in and finish this thing off so we can stop standing around being human shields? Like, we're sick of it. Just end us now, you
yeah.
know?" Like
And Lebanon, I mean, Israel's only got more territory in Lebanon than Russia got in Ukraine.
but
Seems
like
like they should be. That's a good buffer zone.
but like
Little
wasn't
buffer.
that territory promised to them like a couple thousand years ago?
Yeah, probably.
I
Yeah,
would
I haven't read that
imagine,
book.
you know,
Yeah,
they were promised a lot of things thousands of
yeah,
years ago and they haven't cashed in on all those ships yet because they're a humanitarian state that cares about their neighbors.
yeah,
And now they're just coming in and being like, "Hey, look guys, this is our land and we've let you, develop it and live in it for a while, but we're giving you a 30-day notice. And
yeah.
like if you don't comply to the 30-day notice, we're going to just, very peacefully start the eviction process."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably come with a notice. hanging on the door, that sort of thing.
Leaflets.
Yeah, leaflets. Yep,
Leaflets.
probably.
You get a leaflet down on your door and you go, "Hey, look, this is not your land anymore, and you've got 30 days to pack up your stuff and go."
Yeah. I wonder if they're using AI to power this process of clearing out southern Lebanon and Gaza and stuff.
Why wouldn't you? You know, it's just freeing up the CIA to do like and Mossad to do like
Yeah.
more important things like hand out food and water to the people that they're evicting.
Yeah. And I would definitely trust the water in the wells.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're not gonna spike it with anything. Like this is, these are
Yeah. No, but that's never
like
happened.
nobody cares about people in the Middle East more than the Mossad. They're
Yeah.
they might as
They're
well just be
neighbors.
an NGO to like stop homelessness. Like that's
Yeah.
essentially what they're doing.
Yeah. Might as well be an NGO. That's a good point.
Mhm. You know, they're just an NGO humanitarian effort to rid the world of evil, you
Yeah.
know, in support of a nation that like definitely doesn't consider these people goy slop.
You have to stop saying goy.
Hey, the New York Times wrote an article this week that said that goy slop is part of the younger vernacular at this point, and it's no longer a slur.
Oh, see, the ADL, which is my trusted source,
Mm.
said that just because some kids use a word doesn't mean it's not racist against Jewish people to call ourselves goys.
You know,
So,
and luckily, like the ADL put out that map where you can track anti-Semitism, across the country. And luckily for me, I live in Idaho where we're conservative AF and very little anti-Semitism in my area, which makes me sleep better at night because like nothing keeps me rolling around in my bed more than like wondering if my neighbor has positive or negative views on Israel. Like
yeah.
that keeps me up at night.
There are quite a few dots on the map here in Nashville, so I decided to move out an hour and a half away
That's probably a
just to
good
get away from
idea.
the anti-Semitism. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, could you imagine if like you just like picture it. You're out in your backyard, you're gardening, you're picking some tomatoes, and then like somebody across the way, like your neighbor, you hear the word kike.
yeah. Ooh, ooh.
And you're
You're gonna
just
have to
like
censor that
and
from
you're
the.
just like, whoa, what is
Yeah,
going on here? Like
yep,
I cannot live in an area where somebody says the word kike
yeah.
about
That's
Jewish people. It's
yeah.
crazy. It's
So
crazy.
yeah, that's why I'm moving about an hour and a half away, and
Yeah.
uh,
There
there,
was there was
according to the
actually
map, there's no anti-Semites there. So
there was a video that was floating around Instagram and X the past couple days where a black man, clearly he was BIPOC, BIPOC AF. And he asked this goth girl, what's the difference between blacks and Jews? And she said, and I can't believe she said this, the way they steal your money. And you
and I
know
was
what?
so offended by that video. I sent it to you.
Yeah, I know because
Yeah,
I had to see that this
yeah.
was
How
actually
bad it was.
happening.
Yeah, yeah.
Like this is so bad that I have to see for myself what's actually happening. And you know what? Like
If you
that,
don't spread the word, like it's just gonna keep happening.
mhm. And that woman was put up on a firing squad yesterday,
Hopefully,
and it got applause from the audience. They were like, "Yes, this woman deserved to die. She was a bigot. She was terrible." And
yeah,
we just cannot have this in the United States of America. We are not an anti-Semitic nation because, it's like you said, our greatest ally. There's no
yeah,
ally better. Like
yeah. And that was a big titty goth that we killed.
I know she was
Yeah.
disgusting,
Uh,
and I mean, obviously, the CIA and the Mossad should be tracking everybody who watched that video, and they
yeah,
should probably be brought in for questioning. And like if Mossad or CIA or FBI knocks on my door today and is like, "Hey man, you watched that video," and I'm like, "I did," and you know what? I was disgusted. I was
yeah,
disgusted.
yeah,
You know what can I say? That woman deserved to die, and like sure, her family might be a little bit upset, but if she's saying stuff like that, the family's probably talking that way too. And you know what? If they're upset and they go on the internet and say something about it, firing squad for them as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
The censorship isn't working, so
Mm-mm. The internet's too wide open.
it's too wide open.
We've got too many trolls. We've got too many anonymous profiles.
Oh yeah.
The anonymous profiles got to go. Social credit scores are a good thing. Like we need to, when you get on the internet and you watch a video like that, you should have to put your ID into Twitter before you even watch the video. It's like, hey, this woman said some horrible things, and you're gonna need to submit your ID and maybe like an internet number. Like we'll give everybody a number. You could even tattoo that number on your arm.
I mean, really, yeah, that's a good idea. And we should just have flock cameras in our houses.
Yeah. Why
So that
not?
way so that way they could see that I was disgusted by what
Mhm.
that woman said.
And you know what? Like I have not Zoom. I have Ring cameras in my house because I have people living in my house and I want to make sure everybody's safe. So I put up my cameras, and there should be like a way that you can go on to Ring's website and just submit your videos straight to the intelligence agency so they can keep an eye on everything.
Yeah. I just assumed that they already did, but
Well, we can't just assume these things, Dan. Like we need to make sure.
yeah,
Like,
that's
I
true.
I kind of assume that they are as well, but, at the same time, I wanna make sure that, like, there's a Mossad agent that's watching my cameras all the time to make sure that, like, when when my tenants are out cooking dinner or, doing and, like, my tenant, like, let's say he drops something on his toe. He's cooking and he drops something. He goes, "Oh, man, dumb kike ass fucking glass that I just dropped."
So social credit score goes down.
Down and
Dang.
possibly the death penalty.
Possibly. Yeah.
You know? It depends. Like, we should put a panel that reviews these videos, like a death panel, you know? And, they should have a vote, and they vote whether this person should die or not.
Why even bother with the vote?
We could, yeah, just have AI do it.
Yeah. Yep.
An
Just have AI.
anti-Semi like, an AI designed to track antisemitism on a mass level throughout the entire
Oh, I
country.
thought that they were. I thought they already did.
Well, maybe, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
I
hoping
was
that's what's
hopeful that they
happening.
did.
I was
Yeah.
hoping that's what's happening, but, like, can we really be sure without, like, Sam Altman, is he pro-Israel enough?
Uh,
Can you
you'd hope.
be pro-Israel enough? That's the real question. Like, clearly, we're all pro-Israel because, greatest ally and all that jazz, but, like,
By far is the greatest ally.
can you love Israel? You know what we should be able to do? We should be able to, like, order a brick from the Wailing Wall. So if you can't, like, afford to travel to Israel, they'll send you a brick and
They should just do a tour with a couple bricks around the country
yeah,
for the
you
people that
kiss
can't
the
afford to
brick
go.
and then you
Just do
forward it off to somebody else.
no, just do it right at the police station. Go down to the police station.
Yeah.
Be there for a week. You kiss it.
Yeah. There's a
They
big
get sent
line
back.
that everybody
Yeah,
stands in so you
yeah.
can kiss the brick.
There could be merch.
There could be merch.
Yeah,
You're right.
that could go to
You
fund
get a shirt that
anti-Sem.
says, "I kissed the brick."
Yeah, I kissed the brick. Stop Jewish hate.
Oh, dude, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I think we could monetize it, and then we could,
Donate it all to the ADL.
or even better, we take that money and we give it to Lockheed Martin, and
Oh, straight to
it goes
missiles.
straight to the weapons. It goes
Straight to the
straight to the
weapons.
weapons, to the Golden Dome, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I love
I
it.
think you're onto something.
I think we are. I think we are. We could probably start an NGO and get, like, I don't know, a couple $1 billion to do something like this.
Yeah, what were they doing with the NGO where that lady got like $2 billion to give poor people appliances?
They don't need
That could
them.
have went.
They don't
No,
need them. They
that could
can
went straight to
they should
Lockheed Martin.
they should be using solar solar power to cook their food. What are those things called? Like solar ovens, where you have a big mirror and you take your ground beef and you put it on the big mirror outside and it turns it into beef jerky. And you get a big knife and a hammer and you cut pieces off of it and you dip it in ketchup and you're good to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah. Ideas galore.
Yeah.
We're you know what we're doing? We are improving the world for Jewish people at this point. Like I I care so much about the Jews that like do we even really need America at this point? Should we
Oh,
just like change to greater Israel? Like we could just be
I
greater
mean, I
Israel.
think we're taking a step in the right direction by intertwining our militaries.
That's a good point. That's a
Yeah.
good point because we
So
don't know how
hopefully,
to
Senator
operate.
Cruz can, push some more legislation for that.
And Lindsey Graham, you know,
Yeah.
Lindsey Graham could like be a drill instructor for the new military. Hey boys, why don't you take your shirts off and climb up that rope over there?
Yeah. Yeah. He does love the boys or
Mhm.
the military guys.
Military, yeah, military
Yeah.
boys. You know,
Military guys.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely just the military boys.
Oh man. So what's been going on?
Not too much, just getting
Yeah.
by. You know, just hanging out. Fucking, I'm glad I made a drink for this one. That was fun.
Yeah.
uh, working in the yard, fucking trying to get as much done as I can. I've got my new shed going on and I'm finally getting the thing set up and getting shit out of my garage, which is gonna be so fucking nice. My garage has just been a disaster for years now, where like I just don't have enough space for all of my
Yeah.
crap. And like I need to go through and clean and just throw a bunch of shit away also. But like there's stuff that I need to keep and God, this shed has been fucking nice. I bought like a barn style shed. So it's not like,
Yeah.
it goes up, it's like 6, 8 feet tall, and then it instead of just going into a point, it like goes up and then into like a barn style head on it. So I have like an attic that goes through the entire shed and I'm just
Nice.
fucking piling shit up there. I might even buy like I've got a couple things that I don't use, and I had my buddy like build an awning off the side of the shed so I can like put my lawnmower and I have like this cart that I use as like a wheelbarrow and then like extra lumber and gas cans and shovels and all that type of shit is going out and into that and I might even get like a come along style setup so like I was when I made my garden originally, I I needed to like till it. So like I rented a rototiller from like one of the local rental spots. And then like 2 years later I needed to till again. And I like went onto the internet and I found like a rototiller that I could buy for cheaper than it was to rent the one from like the rental
How
place
much
around
was
me.
it?
I don't remember exactly, but it was somewhere around like 150, $200. And
Okay. Yeah. Not bad.
it's like a 7 horsepower, like it's a decent piece of machinery, but I'm not using it every year. So I
Yeah.
might buy like a come along, like a chain come along and like
Yeah.
mount it into the attic on my shed and then just
Okay.
fucking like raise the thing up and put it in the attic when I'm not using it. I don't know. I haven't
Smart.
decided yet. I could put like a rail up there so like I can raise it up and then as soon as it gets up to like the attic height, I can just pull it across the rail and then just drop it down, which would be pretty fucking sweet. But
Yeah.
I haven't decided if I'm going to do that yet. Like no matter what I do, like I need more space. I wish my awning was bigger. I wish my shed was bigger. I could have gone 2 feet bigger on my shed, and I wish I would have done it. But that's kind of, the story of my life when it comes to my garage. Or I mean, when it comes to my backyard, I kind of fuck
Yeah.
everything up a little bit. Like I planted a bunch of trees across my when I moved into my house, I had like 33 poplars like lining the entire property. And dude, they drop so many fucking leaves every year that like I think the first 2 years that I lived here, like each year I did like 12 trips to the dump with leaves
Oh
in my
wow.
pickup because like dude, it was like having a foot and a half of snow in my backyard, but just leaves. And I'm spending like a week picking up all these leaves, and this was when my ex-wife lived here. So like I actually like had help doing it. But then like once she moved out, I'm like left to do it myself. So I removed a bunch of the trees, and like I had like the biggest tree was kind of like in the middle of my backyard, and it kind of like blocked the house behind me, which was nice. Like it was big enough to where like I had some cover and I couldn't really see my neighbor all that much. And then after I removed all those trees, that fucking tree died on me. So
Oh
I planted a bunch of trees across that like fence line between me and
yeah.
my neighbor, and I planted them like this was when I was struggling for money. So I was like, I put rock around the entire perimeter of my backyard so I don't have to weed eat. I can just like mow up to the rock and like put a wheel of my lawnmower on the rock, and then just, I can do the whole thing without weed eating, which is fucking. But when I planted those trees, I needed to do like extra rock in that area so I could like, you know, get around the trees. And I planted the trees like too close to the fence because I wanted to save money on rock. And I didn't want to like, have to pay for another delivery. Cause at this point, like I was paying, dude, the rock's only like 22, $24 a yard or something like that. But the delivery cost was like $100. So they could deliver like 6 yards of rock. So I'm paying like basically almost the same for the delivery that I was paying for the rock itself.
Yeah.
And now my mom's husband has like a dump trailer, so I don't have to
Okay.
pay for delivery anymore. And I wish I would have taken out a couple extra feet and planted those trees a little bit further away from, the fence. And this year they're finally like getting big enough to where I'm getting some cover. But when I planted them, I had just bought them from Costco, so they were like, just these tiny little, bare root trees that I wish I would have spent a little bit more money and gotten something that was like a little bit bigger, like, maybe like a 3-inch diameter tree from somewhere else. But at the time, like I didn't have the money to do it. So I'm just gonna have to wait a couple more years before I have any like decent cover between me and my neighbor. But it is what it is.
Yeah. On my land, what I'm doing is I'm just fucking knocking every tree down on about a half an acre and putting stone because the ticks are so bad out there.
Yeah.
And then the area that's like kind of grass, kind of a bunch of other bullshit, I'm having it all burned. It's on the easement.
Yeah.
So then I'll go and I'll put like native clover type shit in that area, so it won't get much taller than 6 or 7 inches, and I'll never have to mow.
That's
So
nice. Yeah, the shitty thing about the rock is, like, when I did all the rock around my property, I put, like, weed blocker down so I wouldn't get, like, as many weeds, but you end up getting, like, deposits of soil and shit, like, on top of the rock, and it sinks down to the weed blocker, so I still get weeds every year, and, like, I swear every year, like, I use Roundup type stuff on the perimeter because it's, like, nowhere near my garden, and
yeah,
it's I have a half acre, so it's not like a ton of land, but it's enough to where like it's a lot of weeds to pull by hand. And then the
yeah,
grass always starts to encroach on the rock as well. So like I use fucking Roundup to do it, but every year it works less and less, and I have to use more and more of it. Like, and
yeah,
it seems like it doesn't actually kill the weed. It just like kills what you can see, and then,
yeah.
like, the root itself, like, still
Stays fine.
survives, and, it ends up coming back the next year, and it's a constant fucking thing. Like, I could spend 20 hours a week in my backyard and not get everything done that I wanna get done. It's a lot of work, you know? It's more like, I didn't think a half acre was gonna be a ton of work, you know? Like, the property that I grew up on was a full acre, and we had a lot of mowing, and we had like a hillside, and it took a lot. And I'm like, this doesn't have a hillside. It's a half acre. And clearly, like, I thought I was gonna have some help working on this shit because I was married when I bought this fucking house, but turns out that, that didn't work out well for me. So it's, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it. I don't mind it too much, Keeps me busy.
What are you growing this year?
Tomatoes, green beans, cucumbers, peppers, raspberries, blackberries, strawberries. And then I've got like basil and rosemary.
We have like 15 tomato plants.
Dude, you're gonna have so many tomatoes.
We fucking go through them or pass them out
Yeah.
every year. This is less tomato plants this year for us. And then we have like 4 or 5 pepper bushes. It's funny, the tomatoes, like when we trimmed them to like keep them in the straight up and down so we
Uh-huh.
could cut them, I took some of those and just stuck them in the ground and they all took also.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Our backyard's just great for tomatoes. Those purple Cherokees are growing.
You're gonna
There's
love
like
those. Those are so good.
4 or 5 more on the vine already.
Yeah.
So
Mine are getting
excited
big
about
in the
that.
last like week or so. Like, dude, my garden has just been overran with weeds. And I ended up like I had some compost that I had delivered this year. I had like I think 2 yards. I think it was 2 yards. Maybe it was just a yard. And I ended up like on half of my garden, like the half where the tomatoes and the other vegetables are, I added like 3 or 4 inches of
Nice.
compost on top of it to kill all the weeds, and so far it's working. Like it's I've had weeds pop up in a couple spots, but so far it's working. I think I didn't have enough to do the strawberry side. Plus it would have been hard to do the strawberry side anyways because there's no like real rhyme or reason to the strawberries. I kind of like planted them in lines when I originally planted them, but they sprout out so many of those little like, sprouts where
Runners.
they yeah,
Yeah.
runners. So it's just all over the place. So it would have been hard to do that area anyways. I think next year what I'm gonna do is I'll like probably dig up the strawberries and drop a ton of compost on top of all the weeds and then like replant the strawberries and kind of start over.
Sweet. Yeah, I think at the new place, maybe it's a quarter acre, not a half acre that we're just covering in stone, like where the house and the shop and everything are. And we'll do raised beds there. And then when we want to do like um, garlic or onions or
Uh-huh.
potatoes, we'll go out to where we had burned it, and then just put it down by the easement because like they never drive through there. So
Yeah. I would imagine that like after a year, this you'll probably be good this year when you burn everything, but by next year you're going to get more weeds popping up through again and it's a
yeah,
fucking nightmare. Like it's just and Roundup's not cheap. you
yeah.
I fucking
And
spend a lot of money on Roundup.
yeah, my wife would never let me use Roundup, so like we're getting so deep in the weeds that we buy unpasteurized milk from Amish people and make our own yogurt.
Damn. That's probably good.
Yeah, it's really good, and also like there's not all the shit that's in the normal food that people eat. But like, I don't know, is it that much better? I don't know, but now I look at every fucking ingredient,
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, it's kind of a lot. We were looking at we had bought these spices from Amish shop. Like they have a lot of Amish shit in there,
Uh-huh.
but they're American people that own it, and they apparently just went and bought a bunch of spices, put them in bags, and my wife's like, "Oh yeah, it's Chinese garlic." I'm like, "Fuck." Do you remember the big outrage about Chinese garlic?
No.
Um, so people on YouTube and bloggers and shit were saying that it was grown in human feces.
Hmm.
And
Nice.
all I remembered was that it was grown in shit. I couldn't remember why or whatever. And like I opposed when my wife told me it was Chinese, I'm like, throw that shit away. So I went back and looked it up. Like a senator brought a bill to the floor trying to ban it because but the senator was like a wacky conspiracy guy,
Yeah.
and they don't actually grow it in human feces anymore. but then they're also probably have heavy metals and pesticides. It's not like, but like, how the fuck does that end up in this little shop in the middle of nowhere that's selling mostly good shit? I'm like, God damn it, I can't even use and it's cheap, dude. This shop, we bought uh sugar that was evaporated from cane juice, like some of the best sugar you could buy, is 2.69 a pound.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah,
Globalization, man. Like, globalization, it destroys everything. It really does. Um, like this is kind of like well, I'll do this first, but, like, so my buddy, when he was over here, building that, like, awning off of my shed, we were just, like, chilling after he was done working, like, having a beer, and, he was telling me that he saw this video online that was, like, talking about barcodes on, like, fruits and vegetables, essentially, and he was saying and I don't remember, I should have wrote it down, but, like, he was saying that, like, if you go to it was, like, the first or the last letter or number, I think it was a number, that essentially you can tell how the fruit or vegetable was grown, like, if it was, pesticides or if it was natural or something like that, and
yeah.
I had a couple oranges at my house that, like, I'd bought in, like, a 12 pack of Blue Moon, so I bought some oranges to go with it, and, like, he was saying, like, "Yeah, if it's, like, an 8, then you know it's fucking poison, essentially," and so we pulled out one of the oranges, and it had an 8 on it, and it's like,
Jesus.
and like it's really fucked up, Um I bought some pasta the other day where I was planning on like making some pasta for dinner and I didn't have I like went to the store and bought all the stuff that I needed for it. I like ordered some sauce online because I don't make my own sauce like you guys do. Um and I had forgotten to buy pasta. So I was like, "Oh, I'll just order some pasta off of Amazon. And,
Yeah.
I found some, like, pasta that was supposedly at least it says that it's organic and grown in and made in Italy, so I was like, "Oh, I'll fucking try that," and I haven't made it yet, but it's at least you can kind of, like, you know, look for the better products online,
Yeah.
I would guess, than, like, you can find in the store because, like,
Yeah,
dude.
with dry stuff like that where you can get it from Italy, but like grass-fed beef, it's such a misleading thing.
Yep.
Like they feed it this slop byproduct thing that kind of was grass once for most of its life, and then they finish it with grain.
Yeah.
It's like I'm spending all this fucking money on grass-fed butter, and it's not even better for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm getting butter from the Amish now. Like we've gotten pretty good about getting most. Like we can't get bananas or citrus
Uh-huh.
from not a grocery
Yeah,
store.
because they don't grow it around you.
Yeah, but everything else we're small farms or well, they're I guess they're technically Mennonite, not Amish that we buy from. But
Eh,
I
same, same.
same thing. But we go out there. It's about 20 minutes from the land, so we go out. $5 a gallon for milk, $4 a dozen for eggs, like $8 for or sorry, $12 for a ribeye, $2 for a pork chop. Like it's very affordable
Yeah,
too.
that's not bad. I wish I could find fucking $12 for a ribeye around here. I'm paying
The only
like
thing that sucks is they're really thin. Like they don't cut
yeah,
them like American cut
yeah,
beef. So I have some, but it's like I don't look forward to those. But dude, their pork chops they're thin again, but they're like this big.
mhm,
Fucking 10 minutes, 8 minutes in the air fryer, they are delicious. And it's
really?
$2 a pork chop. Like I'll eat those all day long.
Yeah, I like pork chops. I like doing like, a blackberry jelly for a pork chop, and you do like a glaze on them, and then you kind of like dip them in the blackberry jelly. Like, that's some
How
good
long is
shit.
blackberry season?
I don't know, dude. I've had problems with blackberries in my yard for some reason. Like, I bought, I guess it was last year, I bought, like, 2 blackberry like, thornless blackberries from, like, one of the local places that I go to, and
Yeah.
I've just had problems with them in my garden. Like, I bought 2 more this year, one of them has popped out some fruit, the other one hasn't, and, like, the ones that I grew last year are just, like, not growing, and, like it's weird because, like, blackberries are basically a weed. Like, I don't know about, like, around you, but around us, like, there's blackberries on the side of the road, you know, and they grow just fine, but for some reason, I'm having problems, like, with the ones in my garden, and I'm wondering if, like, they're getting too much sun, which doesn't make a ton of sense because, like I said, they grow on the side of the road with, like, no, shade cover at all,
I
but
remember being a kid and finding blackberries. I haven't
yeah.
like encountered them here,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I live in like a pretty
They're
not.
everywhere in Northern
Yeah.
California.
And I bought a blackberry bush last year and it just didn't grow, or it had some disease that transferred to other plants. It really fucked me up. So I haven't successfully grown blackberries. Strawberry season, dude. The Amish or Mennonite strawberries were so cheap. I forget how much it was, but it was like super reasonable. So we were like super just eating them, eating them, eating them, and then just one day they're gone.
Yeah, and that's kind of like how it is with strawberries like that
Yeah,
because like the ones in my yard, they might last a day on my counter and then after that they just kind of start to wither and go bad. Dude, I
yeah,
remember so like me and my ex-wife went on vacation to Maui at one point and we were like we were like staying in this condo type place and we went to the store and bought some shit and we bought like a bunch of fruit. We bought like pineapples and strawberries and raspberries. And I remember we were like eating and we're like, man, this fruit is so fucking good. Like, we have to eat more fruit when we get back home. Like, I don't know, for some reason, like the tropical weather just kind of like makes fruit better in some way, and, like, I've always looked at fruit like that as being, like I kind of imagine, like, the natives living here before the white man came, and they're out hunting, and all of a sudden they come across, like, a big thing of, like, blackberries, and it's kind of like a
yeah,
bonus food, it's kind of
yeah,
like a treat from the gods type of thing. Like it's not something that they're just gonna survive on, but they come across and it's like, oh fuck yeah, we're gonna pick some fucking blackberries, type of thing. And like we're eating that fruit while we're in Hawaii, and we're like, yeah, we need to buy more fruit when we get back home. And so, like, we get back home and we buy a bunch of fruit and we're eating it and we're like, this fruit sucks. Like, the
yeah,
strawberries taste like shit. The blackberries and raspberries taste like shit. The pineapple's like one of the fruits that ends up like still being good from the store
yeah.
for
I don't
some
think you
reason.
can fuck it up. The flavor is
Yeah.
just so
Like,
strong.
yeah, the pineapple was good, but everything else was bad. And at the time, like, I didn't know anything about food. And we just kind of chalked it up to like the atmosphere in Hawaii, like, made it better type of thing,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But then, like,
yeah,
as I got older and started looking into it, it was like, "Oh, it wasn't us that was the problem, it was the fruit itself was the
yeah,
problem." Like, they
yeah,
picked these strawberries green and they put them in a warehouse and, like, pump them full of chemicals to make them turn red, but, like, they don't have the same flavor. And then, like, as soon as I grew them in my yard, it was like, "Oh, yeah, like, this is what a strawberry tastes like." This is what a
yeah.
raspberry tastes like. It's not like this frankenfruit that you get from the store, you know?
I wonder if I'd like raspberry. I just never liked raspberries. I
Oh,
think
I
it's a little.
love
It's
raspberries.
the seeds just always crunch in my teeth and shit.
Yeah, I
But
don't have any teeth, so I don't have that
oh,
problem.
must be nice.
So here's something that like has been a big discussion between like my family and my friend group for the past like year. And I have a woman coming on the podcast at the end of July that I'm gonna ask about this. So, like, one of the big things that we've been talking about is, like, parasite cleanses. Have you looked into that at all?
No.
Nope. So, like, my mom kind of dug into this to begin with, to where, like, she's had a bunch of autoimmune issues, and, like, one of the things that you look up when you, like, get into alternative medicine is, like, parasites cause a lot of these gut problems that people are having. Um, and so one of the things you can do for parasites is ivermectin. You do like an ivermectin cleanse essentially. So like she did it and didn't really like notice any parasites passing. My aunt did it and had a bunch of parasites passing. So I did it a couple months ago and I passed a bunch of fucking parasites. And so like what I did was I did like I took ivermectin every morning on an empty stomach for like a week. And I didn't feel any different for the most part, but like halfway, through the day or something like that, all of a sudden, like when all of a sudden you feel like you're gonna puke and you get like the cold sweats and you like, oh
Yeah.
crap, like something's coming up. I would get that, but it would be for like shitting essentially.
Yeah.
And like all of a sudden I would shit and then I had like all of these fucking parasites that were coming out. And so like I'm talking to my buddy about this and he's like, yeah, I've read that like ivermectin's good for cleansing parasites, but it also like kills your gut biome at the same time. And
Yeah.
so like I'm asking my mom about it. She's like, "Yeah, that happens, but you've got to take like probiotics as you're doing it," which I take probiotics every day anyways because I have a problem shitting. So like that wasn't a problem for me. But the interesting thing was like I like asked ChatGPT about it, and
Oh God.
yeah, immediately was like, "Oh, Americans don't get parasites. Our food's too clean for that. Like you're just, you
Our
know,
food is the dirtiest fucking food
I
in the
know."
world.
And it's like you might think that you're passing parasites, but it could just be mucus or some other bullshit. And it was
Yeah.
so funny that it was like shilling for, big food essentially,
And
where
you
it
would
was
take
just like,
horse dewormer?
yeah, exactly. And I do take the horse stuff. I order it off the internet and I take the horse stuff.
It's not legal yet.
I mean, you gotta pay extra for it. Like the compound pharmacy that I go to get my ketamine and my low dose naltrexone sells ivermectin over the counter, but it's pretty expensive. So I might as well just get the horse stuff off the internet.
Yeah.
It's way fucking cheaper that way.
I ordered some like I haven't I just had it just in case COVID or something else came
Yeah.
around. But I got it from India.
Mm.
Matt Gates was pimping one. I think I bookmarked the tweet. It was American. Let's see if I have Twitter up.
Yeah, I don't know where the shit I get comes from. It's clearly, what are they a generic version of it. So like I don't really know, you know. But it's interesting. Another problem I've been having is I've been having skin problems. Like
Yeah.
it started with like um getting a rash on like the graft spots that I have on my leg where they took skin grafts for my arms.
Yeah.
And, like, I was getting just these gnarly rashes, and, I started off by using, um, free they call it, like, clean free laundry detergent, where it's, like, laundry detergent that doesn't have the artificial scents in it,
Yeah.
essentially, and so I started using that, and it started to help a little bit, and then it got bad again, and I, like, realized that, I ended up going to the doctor at one point, and the doctor was like, "Oh, it's just fucking some rash and blah blah blah." So like I just was having all kinds of problems, couldn't get rid of it. And then like I realized that the lotion I was using had scent in it. And so I switched to non-scented and it got a little better. And then it started getting bad again. And like, I would get out of my hot tub at night, and, like, the hot tub's probably a problem too, because it's got chemicals in it and shit like that. So I would get out, and then, like, I was using this hemp soap, and I just assumed that, like, the hemp soap was all
Yeah.
natural, you know what I mean? It says all natural on it, and, like, I would get out of the hot tub, and I wouldn't be super itchy, and then I'd go take a shower, and I get out, and I get into bed, and just all of a sudden, my skin is just fucking crawling, you know what I mean? And, I realized, like, "Oh, shit." Like, I ended up, like, asking ChatGPT, like, "Is this, soap bad? Like, does it have scent in it?" And it's like, "Oh, yeah, it's got scents in it." So I ended up, like, ordering, and now, like, I'm completely off of anything with artificial scents in it, and it's starting to get better. It's kinda dependent on, like, how many chemicals I have in my hot tub, so, like, I have to be crazy with my hot tub. Like I'll put chlorine in it and then I'll put the anti-chlorine in it after it gets fucking cleaned up. And it's crazy. Like I've also been like putting ivermectin on the rash because like if you put it on topically, it can get rid of some of, like, inflammation
Oh
that
shit.
you have. Yeah. And so, like, me being an idiot, I was ordering the same ivermectin off of Amazon for, like, months, and then all of a sudden, like, it went way up in price. So I was like, "Fuck, I'll just order a different brand." So I ordered a different brand, and I remember, like, I got out of the hot tub one night, I showered, and then I put this stuff on, and then I was like, again, I get into my bed, and I'm just fucking like, my skin is just going crazy. And then the next day, I kind of, like, looked at the ivermectin, and it was the apple flavor.
Oh god.
And it's crazy that, like, I've been using, scented soaps and laundry detergents and all that shit for my entire life. And then all of a sudden, like, I stopped doing it, and then, like, any any of it at all just drives my skin fucking crazy.
Yeah. I use Dr. Wood's cast towel soap.
Yeah.
Um I get it from either Amazon or Vitacost. Sometimes Amazon the price goes way
Uh-huh.
up, but I use that for shampoo and for body wash.
Yeah.
My wife uses that. Mine's scented, but it's like natural mint,
Yeah.
like actual mint. My wife makes our dishwasher detergent, laundry detergent. They're these little sheets, but they're like all natural and
Yeah.
shit. Dude, when I walk, like, take the dogs for a walk through the neighborhood and you smell somebody's dryer going with those scents now, I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's bad.
Yeah. Like, it's just it's crazy how, like, as soon as you get off of it, it's and, like, just a little bit of it will send you fucking off the edge, and it's, like, so bad that it feels like you've got poison oak or something, that it just it's crazy to me that, like, and there's no real point in, like, putting any of these artificial scents in. I I I don't get it. I'm like, it must just be so fucking bad for you, and, like, you build up a tolerance to it,
Yep.
and then, like,
Yeah.
once you get off of that, like, addiction style, like, tolerance to it, you just can't handle any of it at all, you know?
Yeah, that's like bread from in the system. Like I ate it for years, no problem. I'd get these little like dry spots, almost like rashes,
Yeah,
but they go away pretty quick. And then I spent 2 years here not really traveling, and then I started traveling again. I'm like, I get these fucking rashes again. And I'm like, what's going on? It was just from bread.
yeah,
Because my wife, she gets high gluten, what unbromated, unbleached, and it just works. So we're gonna go to start buying our wheat berries from the Amish too to see if we can even get better. But yeah,
my mom went and visited her dad and stepmother this was probably a year or so ago. I don't remember exactly when it was, but she's been, like, off of the artificial scents too. And
yeah.
so, like, she goes to visit them, and they use just, like, normal Tide when they're doing laundry. So she's, like, sleeping in their extra bedroom
Oh,
and just, the sheets and just itching like crazy. So now, like, when she goes to visit them, she has to, like, text their house cleaner and be like, "Hey, like, put their laundry put those sheets in the laundry with no detergent whatsoever and just, like, wash all that crap out," because, like, you just can't even and, like, one of the things I didn't know this, but she told me that, like, I guess hotels wash all of their linens in, scent-free stuff because
yeah,
it's cheaper for them to do that than to, like, have somebody show up and not be tolerant of that stuff and then, like, have to request the sheets be washed separately, essentially.
yeah.
So, like, I didn't know that because I was wondering that
I
one time.
never
I was
thought
like,
of it, but that
"Yeah,
that makes
makes
sense that
sense,
they don't
right?"
bother us. Yeah.
Yeah, and, like, I don't know if this is just me, like, noticing it finally, but, like, the last time I went to Costco, like, they have an entire fucking section of scent-free laundry detergent, and
Oh,
I don't know if that's because I don't know if it was always been like that, if they've always sold it like that, or if it's just, like, more and more people being non-tolerant to that stuff anymore. Because, like, dude, as soon as you get off of it, you can't handle any of it.
oh.
And like, this is something I've dealt, I've used, like I said, I use those things my entire life,
Yeah, I
like just
used to
normal
spray my
stuff.
house down in Febreze.
Yeah. And now, like,
That
dude, I
shit's
can't
nasty.
handle any of it. Any of it
Yeah.
just sets me off the edge. It's crazy. And dude, I don't get it. Like, why? And like, I'm itching right now. Like, you can see me, I've been scratching. Just thinking about it makes me itchy.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking crazy. And like, I don't know why we do this. Like, why do we need this ridiculous artificial scent? Like, with everything, I don't fucking get it at all. And it
To cover
seems
the
like
fucking
it has
poison
to
and
be
the
bad for
other
you,
chemicals.
right? Like, it's not just making you itch, it's seeping into your skin and into your body, and it's just extra chemicals that you don't fucking need, you know?
It's all pretty bad.
Yeah. But anyways,
On that note,
I've got some lady that's coming on the podcast at the end of July that has like, she's called like the Worm Queen. She calls herself the Worm Queen. And she makes like her own. I'm kind of skeptical. There's two people on Podmatch that are like, self-proposed uh experts on parasites, and one of them is like sells her own parasite cleanse. So like, I'm
of
kind of
course.
skeptical of that one. And like, this is what makes me kind of skeptical too, is like, I reached out to her and she was like, here, I'm going to send you an affiliate link for my website so you get 10% off for your customers. Like, that's kind
Yeah,
of
straight to
suspect,
it.
but I don't know. I'm
And
gonna have both of them on and kind of like see what they both have to say about these parasite cleanses, because
on the
I think there's
parasite
something to
cleanse,
it.
I like the people that I heard taking it were very excited about it. The
Uh-huh.
same, like almost cult like, and I'm like, nope, don't have time for that. And that's where I kind of left it. But
Yeah, I would suggest that you try it at least. Like, you get some ivermectin and so like what my mom told me to do, and like, my advice could change on this after I talk to these people. But like, she was saying that you take ivermectin like every day for a week on an empty stomach. And there's like no downside to this because ivermectin doesn't have any
other than
side
your gut
effects.
biome,
Yes, that's a problem. But if you have fucking parasites, like, you
yeah.
can build up a new gut biome like without fucking parasites. Like, you can just get some good, probiotics. But anyways, she
Well,
said
I
what
mean,
you do
I
is
we make our. Dude, do you know how easy it is to make probiotics?
no.
Take tomatoes, whatever vegetable slash fruit from the garden, put them in water with a 2.5 to 5% brine, depending on what it is. Let it sit for 2 days to 1 week, and you have fucking probiotics.
Really? I
Just
didn't
let
know
it
that.
ferment. Yeah, dude, and we are fermenting the shit out of everything, and it's tasty.
Huh.
Yeah,
That's
that's
interesting.
like it's crazy that like probiotics get so much hype, and like you buy fucking this thing and that thing when you make your own yogurt or you do your own fermenting, and it's like way better because you made it yourself. But
Interesting. I'm gonna
I
have to
got to
look into
bounce.
that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. It's easy. It's really tasty. I'll send you the lids that I bought for the
Yeah,
jars. Yeah,
absolutely. Right
both by
on,
the minute.
man. Well, shit, that was a fast hour.
Well, I mean,
We lost track of time. I
we
lost
had to
track of
defend our
time
greatest
completely.
ally for half of it.
Yeah.
Oh shit, you
Well, shit, man.
froze. I don't know if that's me or you.
Oh, there we go. We're back. But
Yeah.
yeah, dude, it was great talking with you.
Great talking with you. We'll do it again soon.
Yep, sounds good, man. Take care.
See ya.